Jeep has just set the entire truck market on fire. The CEO revealed a brand new pickup truck priced at only $30,000, and this move has shocked every single competitor in the industry. At a time when truck prices are skyrocketing, with even base models from Ford, Chevy, and Ram easily crossing $40,000, Jeep is undercutting the market in a way nobody saw coming. This isn't just another truck, it's a direct strike at the heart of America's most profitable vehicle segment. For years, Jeep has been known for its rugged off-road SUVs, from the Wrangler to the Grand Cherokee. But now, they're going back to their roots in a big way. Remember, Jeep started life as a tough, no-nonsense utility vehicle in World War II. A $30,000 pickup taps into that same DNA, stripped down, capable, and built to get the job done without all the unnecessary fluff that pushes prices higher. This is the kind of truck that appeals to both working-class buyers and younger drivers who've been priced out of the market. What makes this reveal even more surprising is the timing. Ford just dropped its Maverick, Toyota is testing its new compact stout, and Hyundai's Santa Cruz is carving out its own space. But Jeep is coming in hard with something different. Not just a compact lifestyle truck, but a machine that looks and feels like a true Jeep. We're talking rugged styling, boxy proportions, trail-rated capability, and yes, an affordable price point that could change the entire pickup landscape. And here's the kicker. Jeep isn't just throwing out a cheap truck with no substance. Reports suggest it's built on a practical platform, offering both gas and hybrid options, giving buyers flexibility at a time when fuel economy matters more than ever. Jeep knows its audience. People want affordability, toughness, and a brand that carries weight. When you put those three things together, suddenly that $30,000 price tag becomes more than just a number. It becomes a challenge to Ford, GM, Toyota, and everyone else who thought they had the market locked down. The CEO's reveal wasn't just about numbers, it was about strategy. Jeep has been struggling under Stellantis, with declining sales and pressure to prove the brand still has teeth in the U.S. market. This truck could be Jeep's comeback moment, the spark that reignites its reputation as a company that builds vehicles for the people, not just overpriced luxury trims. It positions Jeep as a disruptor again, not a follower. Competitors now have to ask themselves, if Jeep can deliver a capable pickup at $30,000, what excuse do they have for charging nearly double for trucks with less character? And here's where things get really interesting. This new Jeep pickup isn't just a price story, it's a market disruption story. Think about it. Ford's Maverick, while affordable, has already crept past the $25,000 mark in its most basic trims, and once you add features, you're staring at well over $30,000. Toyota's upcoming Stout is rumored to launch closer to $35,000, and Chevy doesn't even have a true compact pickup in play. That leaves Jeep stepping into the arena with the boldest move yet, an authentic, rugged truck that undercuts everyone and still carries that legendary Jeep image. From what insiders are saying, the truck is compact to mid-size in dimensions, but unlike the Maverick and Santa Cruz which lean heavily toward urban buyers, Jeep is targeting real outdoor capability. This could mean higher ground clearance, optional four-wheel drive, and trail-ready trims that still won't break the bank. Jeep is smart enough to know that their brand is synonymous with adventure, so they're not about to water it down. This pickup is expected to slot below the Gladiator, offering a more budget-friendly alternative without cannibalizing Jeep's bigger truck. And let's talk about design, because that's where Jeep always makes a statement. Early reports suggest the truck takes heavy inspiration from the Wrangler, with squared-off fenders, a bold 7-slot grille, and short overhangs for better off-road angles. But at the same time, it's built for practicality, a usable bed for hauling gear, tools, or even bikes and camping equipment. It's not a showpiece, it's a working-class truck with personality, the kind of machine that looks at home both on construction sites and weekend mountain trails. What's also shocking the industry is Jeep's decision to possibly include a hybrid powertrain right out of the gate. Most automakers use hybrids as an expensive upsell, but Jeep is rumored to make efficiency part of the core offering. Imagine a $30,000 truck with 30-plus mpg efficiency. That's something that would completely shift consumer expectations. In an era of sky-high gas prices and tightening budgets, Jeep could essentially force rivals to rethink their pricing and engine strategies. And make no mistake, competitors are watching this like hawks. Ford knows that the Maverick's success came from being affordable, and now Jeep is about to undercut it with a truck that feels more rugged and less like a crossover in disguise. Toyota, which has been teasing a return to compact pickups for years, suddenly finds itself under pressure to deliver more for less. And Chevy and Ram? They're sitting on the sidelines, realizing they've left a massive gap in the market that Jeep is now filling. This could very well be Jeep's make-or-break moment under Stellantis. For the past few years, Jeep has been caught in an awkward place. Too expensive to compete with budget SUVs, but not premium enough to challenge true luxury brands. The Gladiator was supposed to be Jeep's entry into the pickup segment, but its high price tag put it out of reach for the very buyers Jeep built its reputation on. Now, with this $30,000 truck, Jeep is correcting that mistake and going straight for the heart of the market: blue-collar workers, younger buyers, and families who want a truck but refuse to pay luxury prices. What's even more fascinating is the ripple effect this could have on Stellantis as a whole. Ram, one of Jeep's sister brands, has been struggling to keep up with Ford and GM in the full-size pickup wars. If Jeep's affordable truck takes off, it could spark a shift in Stellantis' strategy, moving away from chasing Ford's F-150 dominance and instead carving out new niches where competitors are asleep at the wheel. This is exactly how Jeep could restore its brand power, not by copying others, but by creating something that feels authentic and fills a gap in the market. And let's not forget the cultural factor. Trucks aren't just vehicles in America, they're symbols of freedom, hard work, and independence. By offering a truck at $30,000, Jeep is essentially saying, you don't need to go into debt to own a truck that's tough, capable, and fun. That message is powerful, especially at a time when the average price of a new vehicle has climbed past $48,000. Jeep is positioning itself as the people's brand again, the one that remembers not everyone can or wants to spend $60,000 on a pickup. The CEO's reveal wasn't some half-baked teaser either. It was a clear, confident statement to the competition. Jeep wants to own the affordable truck market, and they're betting that their brand loyalty, combined with aggressive pricing, will draw in not just Jeep fans but buyers who are considering Ford, Toyota, or Hyundai. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off massively if Jeep delivers on the promise of affordability without compromise. Now, the big question is, how will Ford, Toyota, GM, and even Ram respond to this sudden curveball? Will they slash prices, rush out new models, or try to dismiss Jeep's move as a gimmick? Because make no mistake, this $30,000 pickup has already forced every automaker to re-examine their playbook. Ford is the first automaker that has the most to lose from Jeep's bold move. The Maverick has been one of Ford's biggest hits in recent years, but its success hinges almost entirely on affordability. Buyers flocked to it because it was the only truck that still felt attainable. But now, Jeep is threatening to steal that crown. If Jeep delivers a more rugged, trail-capable pickup at the same price point, Ford will either have to slash Maverick prices, which eats into profits, or rapidly add features that push development costs higher. Either way, Ford's smooth ride in the compact truck space just hit a speed bump. Toyota, on the other hand, is in a different kind of bind. They've been teasing the return of a smaller pickup for years, with rumors of the Stout making a comeback. But Toyota's playbook has always leaned on reliability and brand trust, not affordability. If Toyota launches its compact truck at $35,000 while Jeep is selling a $30,000 pickup with Jeep's off-road badge, buyers are going to wonder why they should spend more. Toyota will need to decide, does it stick to its safe strategy, or does it finally take a risk to compete head-on? Then there's General Motors, which has been oddly quiet in the compact truck game. Chevy killed off the S 10 years ago, leaving the Colorado as its smallest option, and that's still a mid-size truck with a price tag far beyond Jeep's new entry. With Jeep now jumping into the spotlight, GM faces a harsh reality. They're missing out on an entire wave of younger buyers who want smaller, more affordable pickups. If Chevy doesn't react fast, it risks losing a generation of truck buyers to Jeep and Ford. And of course, Ram is stuck in the most awkward position of all. As Jeep's corporate sibling under Stellantis, Ram's bread and butter is full-size trucks. But with Jeep now swooping in to own the affordable compact space, Ram suddenly looks vulnerable. How can Ram justify its increasingly expensive lineup if Jeep is offering a truck that feels authentic, useful, and affordable? This could trigger some serious internal competition, and Stellantis will have to decide whether Jeep's truck is the new flagship for entry-level buyers, or if Ram tries to respond with its own budget-friendly option. Even Hyundai's Santa Cruz isn't safe. While it's carved out a niche as a lifestyle truck, it's priced closer to SUVs than work-focused pickups. Jeep's move makes the Santa Cruz look like a trendy toy in comparison. Buyers who want real toughness and off-road credibility will suddenly see Jeep as the obvious choice. And here's the kicker: Jeep's truck could do more than just steal buyers. It could reset expectations for what a small pickup should cost in America. If Jeep proves that $30,000 is possible, customers won't forget it. They'll start questioning why other brands demand $40,000 or more for trucks that aren't half as rugged or unique. That's how markets shift, not with one product, but with a brand that makes the competition look greedy and out of touch. If Jeep truly delivers on this promise, we could be looking at a turning point in the pickup truck market. For decades, the trend has been bigger trucks, more luxury, higher price tags. Automakers piled on features, tech, and trims that pushed vehicles further out of reach for the average American buyer. But now Jeep is saying, enough is enough. They're stripping it back to what people actually want, a dependable truck that doesn't require a second mortgage. This could force the industry to reverse course and start focusing on value and accessibility again, not just endless upselling. For buyers, this is massive. Right now, many working families, young drivers, and small business owners are priced out of trucks altogether. They've had no choice but to settle for used vehicles with high mileage or switch to SUVs and crossovers. Jeep's $30,000 pickup throws them a lifeline. Suddenly, owning a brand new truck is back on the table. It's not just about affordability, though, it's about brand confidence. A Jeep badge carries weight, especially with buyers who value toughness and heritage. That makes this truck more than just a cheap option, it's a statement purchase. And let's think long-term. If Jeep's truck sells well, and all signs suggest it will, it could inspire a wave of copycats. Imagine Chevy rushing out a modern S10 revival, Toyota cutting the price of its Stout to compete, or even Nissan re-entering the compact truck game to save its struggling lineup. One bold move from Jeep could reshape the battlefield, dragging every automaker back into a price war they thought they had escaped years ago. For consumers, that's nothing but good news. At the same time, this move could revive Jeep's brand identity. For years, critics have said Jeep was losing touch. Too many luxury trims, too much overlap with other Stellantis brands, not enough focus on the core Jeep spirit. A $30,000 pickup truck brings Jeep back to its roots, rugged, useful, and built for everyone. If this model succeeds, it could set the tone for Jeep's future lineup, pushing the company to make more vehicles that are authentic and attainable, instead of chasing premium price tags. And here's another angle the competition should be scared of: resale value and brand loyalty. Jeep fans are among the most loyal in the auto world. If buyers jump into this new pickup at $30,000, chances are they'll stick with Jeep when they upgrade later. That means Jeep isn't just winning sales today, it's building a pipeline of customers who might later move into a Gladiator, a Grand Cherokee, or even one of Jeep's electrified models. This truck could become the gateway product that secures Jeep's future customer base for decades. And this is where things get even more explosive, because Jeep's $30,000 pickup might not just be about gas engines. Stellantis has already made it clear that electrification is a big part of their future, and Jeep has been teasing electric and hybrid versions of its lineup for years. Imagine if this affordable truck also comes with a hybrid option, or even a plug-in hybrid that gives buyers both fuel savings and capability. Suddenly, Jeep isn't just competing on price, it's competing on technology in a segment where most rivals are still years behind. Think about the impact that would have on the EV conversation in the truck world. Right now, electric trucks like the Ford F-150 Lightning, Rivian R1T, and Chevy Silverado EV are all priced sky-high, $60,000, $70,000, even $80,000 for well-equipped models. They're not even in the same league as a buyer looking for a budget-friendly truck. But if Jeep introduces electrification at the $30,000 to $35,000 level, it changes the game completely. It tells consumers that you don't need to be rich to drive an efficient, modern pickup. That could pull in an entirely new demographic of buyers who want greener tech but can't justify the outrageous costs of today's EV trucks. And here's where Jeep has an edge. Unlike other brands that are still figuring out how to balance off-road performance with electrification, Jeep has already tested the waters with vehicles like the Wrangler 4xe Hybrid. They know buyers want both ruggedness and efficiency, and they've proven they can deliver. If they transfer that formula into a small pickup, Jeep could have the first truly mass-market electrified truck in America. Of course, this would put massive pressure on Ford and GM. Ford can't keep selling a Maverick hybrid that creeps toward $35,000, while Jeep is offering a hybrid pickup starting at $30,000 with genuine off-road credibility. GM, which is focused almost entirely on expensive electric trucks, would suddenly look out of touch. And Toyota, long the king of hybrids, would be caught flat-footed if Jeep beats them to market with a budget-friendly hybrid truck. But beyond the competitive drama, there's a bigger cultural story unfolding here. If Jeep delivers a $30,000 hybrid truck, it could normalize the idea that EV and hybrid trucks don't have to be luxury toys. It could set a precedent that efficient trucks should be affordable and practical, not just tech showcases for wealthy buyers. That shift could ripple across the entire auto industry, forcing every automaker to rethink how they approach electrification. And remember, Jeep doesn't just sell cars. Jeep sells an identity. If they position this pickup as not just affordable but also future-proof, with modern powertrains and legendary Jeep toughness, it becomes more than a vehicle. It becomes a movement, a statement against overpriced trucks and a step toward making efficiency mainstream. And here's the part most people aren't talking about. This $30,000 Jeep pickup could be a global weapon, not just an American play. Compact and affordable trucks aren't just popular in the US. They dominate markets in South America, Asia, and parts of Europe where mid-size and full-size trucks are either too expensive or simply impractical. Countries like Brazil, Thailand, and South Africa have thriving small truck markets, and Jeep could slide right into those segments with a product that blends global affordability with American ruggedness. Think about it. Toyota's Hilux and Ford's Ranger have ruled international markets for decades. But both have crept up in price, and neither is offering a truly entry-level compact truck that feels modern yet attainable. If Jeep launches this pickup globally, it could instantly start stealing market share from these long-standing giants. Jeep's brand image of toughness, adventure, and off-road capability has universal appeal. It isn't tied only to the American lifestyle. In fact, in many countries, Jeep has an almost mythical reputation, dating all the way back to its military roots. For Stellantis, this is a golden opportunity. Unlike Ram, which is mostly a North American player, Jeep is already a global brand with footprints in Europe, Latin America, and Asia. A $30,000 truck could become Jeep's global volume driver, giving Stellantis the scale it desperately needs to compete against Toyota, Ford, and even Chinese automakers who are aggressively expanding into the truck segment. And let's not forget, Chinese brands are starting to pump out cheap pickups at rapid speed. If Jeep gets ahead of them with a well-priced, globally marketed truck, it could stop that wave before it floods into Jeep's key territories. But there's also the cultural dimension. In America, a Jeep pickup under $30,000 sends the message that trucks should be for everyone, not just the wealthy. Overseas, it says something even bigger. Jeep isn't just a niche off-road brand anymore. It's a practical, everyday solution for farmers, tradespeople, small businesses, and families who need utility without breaking the bank. That's the kind of positioning that turns a single model into a long-term brand pillar. And the timing couldn't be better. Around the world, economies are tightening, inflation is squeezing consumers, and buyers are hunting for value. A rugged, affordable Jeep truck is exactly the kind of product that resonates during these times. While rivals are doubling down on expensive SUVs and high-margin luxury trucks, Jeep is walking into underserved markets with something simple, capable, and attainable. Now the question becomes, will Jeep actually deliver this truck the way the CEO hinted, or will it be one of those hyped-up reveals that gets watered down by the time it hits production? Because if Jeep really follows through, we might be looking at the single most disruptive truck launch of the decade. If Jeep plays this right, the younger generation could be the key to this truck's success. Right now, Gen Z and millennials are being priced out of the pickup market. Most can't afford a $50K plus truck payment, and many have turned to compact SUVs or even crossovers because that's all they can realistically finance. But a $30,000 Jeep pickup changes that completely. It suddenly becomes the first truck within reach for a whole generation of buyers who want utility, style, and a brand they can feel proud to drive. Jeep has always carried a certain cultural cool factor. Wranglers are seen as adventurous, rebellious, and fun, qualities that younger buyers connect with. If Jeep can translate that same energy into this pickup, it won't just be a truck, it'll be a lifestyle statement. Add in things like customization options, off-road packages, and even tech features tailored for younger drivers, like wireless CarPlay, ruggedized accessories, or app-based vehicle controls, and you've got a formula that speaks directly to the next wave of truck owners. And here's the hidden genius. This truck could become a gateway product. Once a young buyer steps into the Jeep family with an affordable pickup, they're far more likely to stick with the brand for their next vehicle. Today it's a $30,000 truck, tomorrow it's a Wrangler 4xe, and down the line maybe a Grand Cherokee or a Wagoneer. That's how long-term loyalty is built. Give buyers a way in at the start of their driving journey and keep them climbing the ladder. Even the financing angle is huge. A $30,000 starting price means Jeep can market this as a truck with monthly payments under $400,